Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
It's not a Star Trek or Microsoft video, so she thought she would sit in on this one.
I'm going to be in a couple of videos here.
Yeah, she is. We're just gonna learn. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm sick of talking about Star Trek.
I just want to do it with you. Anyway, let's go.
I'm glad. Let's talk about this. Hollywood is gonna do it with themselves. They're gonna so let me.
It's really hard to explain.
Okay, so the Hollywood Writers Union, the Writers Guild of America, right? They're going on strike, but not against the studios. They're going on strike against themselves.
Yeah. So
That's
it's the office. I think it's the office staff, right?
The office staff are going on strike against the union before their big strike against the studios, which I don't think is going to go very well now because we are definitely in the age of AI, and we have reputable filmmakers adopting AI technology. So good luck with that. They're like, "Oh, you're all replaceable." Yeah, I'm just like, man, Hollywood's just eating itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really is eating itself. So let's talk about this. Before you get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV. If you want to support the channel, that's the place to do it. We don't do super chats over here, but thank you for the support. And real quick, before we get into it, we're not doing a separate video on it, but Catherine O'Hara passed.
I know.
This morning.
It was like very surprising to everyone.
I was shocked. I had to reread that. I got the email blast from, I think it was a Hollywood Reporter, and I'm like, what? And I knew she wasn't that old. She was 71. And she wasn't sick. They said it was a short illness, so we don't know if it was, heart attack, stroke, whatever. But yeah, that one really stings. I know the kids are upset about it, and so R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara. Let's talk about the writing side of Hollywood, the WGA. Now, this is the union that wanted to mandate a minimum number of writers in the writers' room last time.
Yes. Yes. I'm very curious to see what the people that are going on strike against the union want. Because it's interesting. If they want things that are, kind of outrageous, then WGA can't say anything.
Yeah. So this is just funny. So they're like pre-strike. What is this, like pre-crime, pre-strike?
It's like strikeception.
So let's see if we can follow this. So this comes from the Hollywood Reporter. Ahead of high-profile negotiations, Writers Guild West's own staff union authorizes strike. 82% of unionized staff voted to employer leaders to call a work stoppage just months before a labor group is set to face the likes of Netflix and Paramount. So yeah, they're going to strike against the studios for more money. There's talk that this time they're going to do a 5-year agreement instead of a 3-year agreement. And last time, of course, we had the double strikes, which helped cripple Hollywood completely. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if they'd be stupid enough to do it, but considering their own staff are striking against them before the actual strike, I'm like, no, I think they would be stupid enough to do it.
Well, we thought they were being dumb last time. And that, everything that we said would come to pass, came to pass, just like we said it would.
Yes.
So, being smart isn't exactly. And now they're trying to go after, WGA is trying to go after like podcasting and all these other things. So they're not just relying on Hollywood. They're trying to make sure to ensure they have dues moving forward. As jobs keep getting cut, they're trying to reach out to other industries to try to entangle those people for dues. And now their own people inside that work for them, their own staff, is like, nope, we're going on strike.
This is crazy. So the Writers Guild of America West could have another strike on their hands, but not one involving Hollywood studios or streamers, rather the labor group's own staff. The union within the union, as it were. This is you can tell they're confused. The union within the union on Thursday authorized a strike as they claim that negotiations over their first contract have stalled as management has engaged in bad faith bargaining. So the writers...
Wait. Yes.
The Writers Guild of America.
About bad faith bargaining, and then they do it to their own people.
You cannot make this up. This is like an episode of The Simpsons. I swear to God.
I need like a flow chart to follow this. Anyway.
82% of the 100 staffers that participated voted to authorize a strike. The Writers Guild Staff Union announced on Instagram. So
82 people.
82 out of 100 people, yeah. If management won't bargain in good faith with us at the table, we will see them on the picket line.
Damn.
So I can't wrap my head around this. And you think that the next round of negotiations are going to go well? Your own people are striking against you.
Well, what makes me mad is they demanded the moon, and they were like, you're negotiating in bad faith, and then they turn around and then allegedly do the same to their own people, who make the company run from within.
Unreal. A strike authorization does not guarantee a strike, but it does allow union leaders to call one. In a statement, the WGA refuted allegations that management had engaged in bad faith bargaining and said it had offered comprehensive proposals with numerous union protections and improvements to compensation benefits. I can guarantee you the studio bosses are going to throw this back in their faces and be like, your own people went on strike against you or authorized a strike against you.
Yeah, they haven't struck yet, but they're
like, you have no authority. You have none whatsoever. Get the hell out of here. Some people just want to go on strike. They just want to go on strike. They just want to, stick it to the man. Then they stick it to themselves and they stick it to all their peers too. The union add public claims suggesting otherwise are inaccurate and allegations of unfair labor practices are without merit. WGA respects the staff's right to engage in collective activity and hopes to reach a first contract agreement with the staff union soon. And these are the same people, I think, that were shaming Drew Barrymore for continuing her show, even though she wasn't using WGA writers. They tried to guilt people into shutting down their operations during the double strikes, and everything went to shit in Hollywood because they shut the machine down, and you can't just fire it back up again.
It just amuses me to no end that they're saying that they respect the staff's right to engage in collective activity, but they're being inaccurate. The allegations are untrue, but it's everything that they argued themselves when they wanted for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're saying that they've been negotiating this first contract with the union since September, and are still fighting for basic protections like grievances processes, AI protections, and raises for union members. Wait. So
what the hell?
So the union within the union is trying to negotiate AI protections that the union demands should be in place to protect all their members, but then they aren't agreeing to AI protections allegedly that can protect their staff within. I mean, this is like
as the turntables.
This is insane.
I can tell the Hollywood Reporter, whoever wrote this, is kind of like trying to we don't understand. This does not compute. What? But this is what happened.
To follow. Basically, the people that are within the union have their own union. Like the staff that run the union have their own union, and they're up for negotiation. It says it's their first negotiation, so it's not a very old union by the sounds of it, and they're asking for similar protections to what they demanded last time as a union. And then they're allegedly being told no, up down to AI protections. Why they're going to demand the same things as a union from the studios in Hollywood.
Yeah, it sounds a little hypocritical.
I never even gave it a thought that there'd be a union within the union.
I just assumed they were part of the actual you know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't think that they would go on strike against this. I guarantee you the studios are going to look at this and you'll be like, yeah, get the hell out of here. You guys are a joke. And then they're going to be like, yeah, you guys obviously, the whole lot of you just want to go on strike for whatever reason. So we don't have to it seems so unserious. It seems so comical. It does.
Well, okay. So they said at this point in negotiations, we should be in alignment on these issues. For nearly 5 months, the WGAW management has dismissed our staff's needs to engage in bad faith surplus bargaining with no intent to reach a fair contract. While they're out there screaming, they're getting ready to strike. They're getting ready to negotiate contracts, early and go to a strike again. Their own people within are trying to negotiate a contract that they allegedly aren't cooperating with. The group added that management is attempting to keep a near total control over our wage and working conditions, and that staffers will not stand by and let it happen. Did you try to demand that you need at least 10 staffers in the office at all times?
Oh my God.
Did you at least try that?
So the timing is hardly fortuitous for the union. The WGA's East and West Coast branches are just a few months out from entering the first negotiations with Hollywood since their 148-day strike in 2023. The union's expected to start talks on March 16th, and a few months prior would typically be the time for the labor group to cement priorities, but they can't get their own house in order. This could wind up being a massive cluster. I mean, this might actually be worse for them, I think, than going on strike against the studios, because if they fall apart from within, then the studios, like they're just gonna roll them. They're gonna be like I said, they're gonna be like, you're totally unserious. You can't even get your own shit in order. You're gonna come here and tell us what we have to pay you, and you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so this is a new union. They said that it was they didn't fight it when they voluntarily recognized it when they tried to when they had a majority support in 2025. So yeah, this is why it's a first contract negotiation. They're part of Pacific Northwest Staff Union.
Pacific Northwest, everything that we need to hear. Pacific Northwest. Oh, Portland. Okay, you're like Portland Staff Union. Okay, that it makes a lot of sense.
I just think it's funny because it's like they were out there for 100 and some days screaming about how they weren't being treated fairly, and they're ruling with this iron fist, and they're trying to not give us AI protections and everything else. And then they turn around and are like saying that they're not being given AI protections in the inside. The people that run they do all the paperwork and the staffing stuff inside the union aren't being given, according to them, the same things that the union themselves mad about trying to get Hollywood to give them. I'm just like, you can't make this up.
So this is this is also come from the Hollywood Reporter, and this is going to throw a little bit of a cloud over their parade. Is that a thing? I don't know. I just made that up. Whatever. Anyway, Hollywood Reporter says Darren Aronofsky has reconstructed the Revolutionary War using AI. Now he is using SAG voice actors, but they're making documentaries and movies completely with AI at this point. And he's a pretty well-known producer director. And we also have people from Pixar using Google DeepMind, Pixar people using Google DeepMind to do an animated short, which is actually going to debut at I think Cannes Film Festival,
and here's
Sundance Film Festival.
Here's the thing though with this, and people don't understand, is like, oh my God, they're using AI. They are, but they still have a bunch of animators working on it as well. It's not, the AI is being used in ways to streamline and make production quicker, but it still has to be staffed with people. And the animation itself was being done, but mostly by people. They wanted to make it be a moving painting, and I guess it was inspired by the one person's father's paintings, and they wanted that background, but that's not something you could replicate frame after frame after frame. So AI can. So they're able, it's basically showing that you can take a cool idea that can't physically be done, humanly done, and you could use human art and then combine it with something that AI can do that we can't, to create something new. And I think when you're doing that and you're using it as a tool, as an assistant, that's fine. It's when you're replacing everyone, like that documentary, that's more concerning.
Yeah, not they even made sure they're using SAG actors.
Like the voices and stuff.
Yeah. So this is why this next negotiation is going to be very, very interesting, because there are not nearly as many jobs. There will not be as many jobs. And if you are a pain in the ass, you can be replaced. Now, this is the mistake everybody's making, is that AI can replace everyone. It cannot replace everyone. But instead of needing 10 or 12 writers in the writer's room, you might only need 2.
Right. And but back to the original story, they're getting ready. We've been hearing for months that them and like SAG-AFTRA and stuff are getting ready to negotiate and go on strike again if they have to. But they're not saying they are. They're saying that they might go for a 5-year contract instead of 3 and all this other stuff. And while that's going on, they apparently aren't recognizing the needs of the people inside and the union inside. According to the union inside, we all know, just because they claim it doesn't mean it's true, as what we've seen with other with WGA and stuff too. But the union inside is now possibly going to go strike against them for not recognizing AI protections for them, as they're demanding AI protections for the union. It just you cannot make this stuff up.
Oh, the irony.
Insane. It's like literally like strikeception. It's just nuts.
I'm gonna tell you, if I were a studio head and I were trying to get the best deal possible, I would be like, you can't even, like I said, you can't even get your own house in order, and you're gonna come to us with demands, and you're not even meeting the demands of your own people. You get your own shit in order, and then we'll talk.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Jeez, get out of here. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.